Hello, I'm back again. Well, I have seen that this wasn't everything I have just covered up here. As we can see, there are a few more things. We have talked about the Malks incident. This here are the user comments. Basically just telling that we can add some comments in a different document, which I am not going to take a look at the moment. To To this point, we are interested into the image folder they have posted, and we will debunk this one by one. I will basically tell you, either I will tell you the story behind it with some proof if I can still find it on the Discord, and if not, I will talk about it in general, and maybe we will find some stuff which I, of course, have done wrong as well. Now, let's just get into the notes so we can understand everything here. The images in this folder are all commented. Open the image and you will be able to see the attached comments. Some images may not have comments. Okay. I would say let's start with the first image right here. As we can see, this is a screenshot of the Garry's Mod Build and Fight Discord server. Basically telling us the welcome channel. So apparently here someone left the Discord called Carsten and Extra Spicy Virgin, and Marlux had something to say about being disrespectful reactions to people who has left. Yep, that is, I guess, true. I don't know. I mean, that is the look. I will show you here because this and this screenshot here is connected. As we can see, I have put the reaction on Doncopter GTFO, get the fuck out, basically. I have put the reaction in there too. Okay, now you will be able to see the Discord channel right here. Here we are at the messages they have seen. They have basically shown us in the picture. I will just open the difference for you now here. Discord. Whoop. So this is the reaction. Yeah, as you can see, Yamoto over here is the same as on the Discord right here. Okay, so basically this is the same message over here, and of course I have made this reaction to the guy, but here on the Extra Spicy Virgin, that's a little bit funny. As we just go on the reaction list, I have selected Doncopter GTFO, and as we can see, I am not the only one posting these reactions. In fact, we have quite some of people making these reactions. I don't say that this is particularly good or bad, but I'm just saying that this is no direct insult to anyone leaving the Discord server, and I can give you some background action over here too. This guy who has left the server was basically a catfish. He basically was a catfisher and he was basically banned for that. Let's see, there we have it. As we can see over here, we have the ban on the 6th of June. A catfish attempt banned by me. So basically, that's the reason we just have the reaction over there at the welcome channel as it currently is displayed. And I don't know what you think about it, but I think maybe it's not justified enough to have the reaction in there, yes, but at some point, I mean, a catfish attempt, boy, this isn't the lightest offense, and at some point, I mean, just saying get the fuck out isn't that much of a problem, I would say. Okay, so we are going to the next picture, 21. As we can see over here, we have some user and me, or basically even two users and me discussing. One is dropping the swastika as an UTF-8 Unicode character, and I said, finally, is was okay. One more hentai count gone, yeet. Okay, again, maybe not the best expression, but I mean, I don't know if you know the history back on our Discord server. I have evaluated the situation as highly toxic because of the guys posting anime on the channel. Don't worry, it will be a topic later on in the video for itself. But for now, I would just keep you in mind that we had a major dispute about having people who post anime on a regular basis on the server. Now, that's why I basically have maybe not used the best term to just say things like that. About the swastika, he's against Discord's TOS. As I say, it's still a symbol, and it's still a symbol which is in the UTF-8 character, in the UTF-8 character table, and I don't see it as that offensive because, I mean, just come on, it's a symbol which is basically valid on every computer. So we gotta chill a little bit down there. I mean, of course it has a meaning, this symbol has a meaning, but obviously I don't see it as a really major offense right here. Posting that emote, it's well, that is not an emote, but pasting that character isn't that much of a big deal, I would say. I don't know about what you think, but for me it is not a big deal. Having a look at the next picture, which is 22, well, basically we have two attached again. Having here the swaz, I have basically logs of Dino, our moderation bot, deleting my messages with swastika and swaz. Basically, yes, this was one swastika like the Nazi flag back then, and one was a rotating Nazi flag, basically just the swastika rotating in there. I don't know if you guys know that I really have a strange and very black humor, but I can assure you from my deepest heart that I am not goddamn racist, okay? Basically, of course I make these jokes on even a regular basis, but I have no goddamn intention to really harm someone with that shit, okay? Even if it maybe sometimes comes over like this. It's not the case. I can tell you, and you can even ask my friends how I see these situations, okay? And even then, these messages are just deleted because I thought at this point this wasn't maybe the best thing to post, so I deleted them again, okay? Coming back to the next one, over here we have the same thing, and Keemstar, basically a user from us, saying that better not be a swaz. Well, it was. I agree with that. I can even agree that this is against against the rules of the terms of service of Discord, but I don't see it as a problem because the messages got deleted. It's not that they are back on the server right now, still online, okay? Now we have me saying, and thanks for the fucking ping again, using caps while he forbid to use the caps inside his server. Yes, we had the rule in the Gmod server, but at the moment and before in the past we didn't have a rule about using caps lock in the Discord server actually. We have don't be toxic, please be on topic in the channel, don't harass people, don't threaten people. No, not safe for work content, no advertising without permission, do not impersonate anyone, don't mention a ton of people without a good reason, don't spam outside the designated spam channel, don't spam emotes, furry content will be deleted. Currently, anime content, manga, animated films, similar looking creations are not permitted and will be deleted. Also, mentions of hentai and other unnecessary work content that includes pictures, memes, text, or lists are not tolerated. Situations that aren't covered by the rules are in the gray zone and are decided by stuff on the spot. Please respect their decisions. As you can see, there is no caps rule, and as you can see over here, this post was last modified on the 23rd June, and as you can see, we have currently the 1st of July, kind of late this morning. But as you can see, I have not removed any rule about caps lock. Now, the question is, why does he accuse me of using caps while he forbid the caps inside the server? I can tell you very easily, because on our Garry's Mod server, this very much was a rule, as you can see over here. We have, I'll just search for caps. Here we have it, excessive use of caps lock is not allowed. Basically, this was a Garry's Mod server rule, but not a Discord server rule. Now, we have our Dino bot basically removing excessive caps automatically, because, as you know, basically, caps lock is used as screaming over the internet. I don't know if you know that term, but normally it is basically just screaming on the internet. I mean, you can even look that up if you want right now. And why did I react this way? Well, the thing is, I was pinged multiple times about silly stuff. And at some point, when you get pinged for silly stuff, even when you have stuff to do or something else, yeah, I could have, you know, made myself silent all the way. At some point, I got a little bit angry and I just did that caps lock. I must say, yeah. But again, this was no real rule on the Discord server. So coming to the next picture, I would need to start over here because the screenshots seem to be in direct reverse order. So, yep, this is the right one. Thank you. So, this is page 1 from 16, and we can see the basic discussion over the anime channel over here. This was basically a conversation with Light Dust, several users, and me about the anime channel over here. So, just to have a reference, over here is the thing I can recognize at first. It's a little bit fucked up to read over here. So here, boy, it was tech, you know, as you can see right here, this was in the Tech Talk channel. Boy, it was tech, you don't even load stuff, blah, blah, that's excessive. We will have a look at that on the AR, on the Acrobat reader right here. As you can see over here, that's here, that's the same. I'll just give you that to read. And I must say about this conversation over here, basically, yes, this was very, very unprofessional and basically inappropriate, I must say, and I need to apologize for that behavior I did there. But my point basically was that the anime scene on our server got so toxic that I must have, that I saw the appropriate action to act. I needed to act because of the server stability, because we had both the admin Marv and the head admin Light Dust here just called as Pasta Mobile at this point. Oops. Here as Pasta Mobile at this point. Delete. And they were both basically trying to get the anime content outside of the regular anime channel. The nice thing is the anime channel was created in agreement of the guys who wanted to post in there, and it was actually in an agreement. So the thing is, only after a few months it all boiled up, because I said no, we don't want to have the anime stuff like anywhere other than the anime channel, and they thought this rule is basically garbage, which we'll see here. I'll just wait a sec. I'll just scroll back over here and then we have a look. So we have here rules, as I said, that made by you, by thinking only about you and your interests. Again, that is not really true. I have the best interest for the server in mind, and that was basically currently the containment of the admin of the anime channel. Why? Yes, I do hate anime, That's my opinion, of course. Everyone has their opinion, but the problem is we agreed on simple rules. We had the rule to remove any not safe for work content which was posted inside of the anime channel, and we had the rule that no anime outside of the anime channel should be posted. That was a clear decision, and yes, this was agreed before by these guys who posted in the channel. Now at some point I basically needed to crank up these rules because it basically came to situations like on this discussion. Someone had posted an anime related picture in a channel which was not for anime, and that's where I usually delete them without any discussion. And this time it escalated once again. Basically we had like 4 or 5 of these major discussions about this anime stuff. I know it's silly. I completely agree with you there. It's a fucking silly process. I would have wanted to regulate this a little bit more efficiently and maybe a little bit more with empathy to the other participants. Now, at this point, it really escalated, as it shouldn't have been, because the result of everything here was 2 people getting banned and 1 getting demoted. Basically, the pasta mobile getting demoted and then voluntarily left after some talk with the owner. Now, as you basically see, that he says, "I'm tired to hear you say shit game, shit cartoon, pillow fucker, weep, and other shit only from only you." Yes, I was using these bad words to describe the guys who posted the anime into the anime channel because, as I again said, this is my opinion, and I really don't like anime and all the related things onto it. Now, you must say that this isn't a good thing to basically insult, and I give you right in that point, because again, it shouldn't have been that way at first, and for that, of course, I want to try to apologize on that point here, because again, this isn't the way to basically speak about that, you know. But on my point right now is that if it happened, okay, it happened, but I would basically just say, you know, at some point you are really tired to speak normally at that point, because again, this was the 4th or 5th major discussion about it, so it basically really got out of hand over here. And yeah, he was then saying that I am only acting selfish and I am making my own rules. The thing is, I have assurance of the owner, called G-Man of our community, that I can change the rules as my liking. Now, the thing is that most of them don't understand was that I'm in close conversation with G-Man, and I am always, literally always, when I change something about the rules, I am always at least notifying G-Man and telling him I am editing this rule, like this and that and this and that. Is that okay? Or even, I am adding this rule, is that okay? I am removing this rule, is that okay? I am always asking the higher instance if it's okay or not. And when a change happened, then he gave the permission to do so. Okay? I am not doing these things on my own, as it might seem. Okay? Most of the time, we are discussing in the back, you know, in the DMs, and telling, okay, maybe we should do it another way, maybe we should do it, you know, a little bit less restrictive, and then it's fine. It basically happens every day. This is an everyday task. Now, when we have a look here in the conversation, this really got out of hand over here. I mean, here I was like giving advice to the rules, basically saying anime content, manga animated things, and similar looking creations was basically in the rule here. Now, this really was a not very professional discussion, I must say. And I will give you a link to this exact PDF so you can read it for yourself and make yourself a objective opinion about it. Basically me telling that I won't delete anything. I never did. The problem is we had some cases of the head admins deleting stuff, like in the log channels where we frequently take a look at, and yes, they are even trying to cover up some stuff like second accounts and all that. We had that already. That's the problem, you know, and that's why I'm suspicious about that all. Now, as I said here, also just because I don't say the name of my backers doesn't mean I have none. I just don't want to that they get lynched by you guys as you try with me. Again, the problem is that we had a discussion before, basically threatened me here with, say, as I said, G-Man will take actions. Well, the thing is, G-Man was already notified by me at this point, telling him that something, of course, in this channel happened. And afterwards, we had a clear discussion about what happened in here. With this exact PDF attached to his conversation so he could read it. I mean, he could have read it in the Discord too. I don't know if he did in the aftermath. But he surely did here in the PDF, and he was basically backing me up on this case. I told him, yes, this was a bit, not only a bit, this was hugely wrong in the standpoint of the writing, because there were insults, there were basically caps lock, there were accusations, everything was in there. That was not professional. Again, that was not professional from me at all. We could have solved this way better and way friendlier, but at this point it really was escalating as it was. And afterwards they were contacting G-Man, and they had given him some screenshots about me pasting stuff that he might have interest in. Well, the thing is, he showed them to me, and I was like, okay, let's search it up on Discord, and I have seen that these screenshots that I have posted, that they have given to G-Man, basically were months old. The oldest was from last year, December. And G-Man also gave me, basically gave me right, he backed me up on this situation also, and basically blocked Light Dust completely up after that. Now this PDF is basically over, so this is basically all the screenshot footage, which is basically visible here, but now just on PDF form. Coming to the next picture over here, we have this little picture. Here we have Keem in the channel Tech Talk afterwards, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days afterwards. I have cleaned the channel after I have recorded everything, and G-Man could have taken a look at, so that there was no, you know, bad impression on the Tech Talk channel. But again, everything was correctly saved. Having a look here, we see, this is interesting, we look in the porn LMFAO. Alright boys, no need for that. Installing a Discord stripper is one thing, but you don't need to watch fucking hentai porn on my ISP. First screenshot with Keem, you can see slide not safe for work. Also 7-zip is pre-installed if you need now, blah blah blah. Basically, the background story here was that I have created a virtual machine for other people to fuck with. Now I installed TeamViewer, and I have said you can do with the thing whatever you want as long as you don't sniff in the network and blah blah blah. So basically this was a screenshot of a virtual machine taken, and this was not safe for work inside safe for work channels against TOS, says Marks. Well, I don't see that much of not safe for work, because I mean, yes, you see kind of short-dressed woman, but according to your logic, then the whole anime channel should have been not safe for work because they were posting similar stuff just in drawn on this channel, and I don't see that that here as a real problem. This could be a major rating, but this is certainly not hugely not safe for work. Now, maybe it is. If you consider this as not safe for work, then of course I apologize and I will delete the post. That is no problem. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. We have another one here. And I'm just about to ban you, really? Talking shit about other people's bans? That ain't even a rule. LMAO, I'll make it one, no problem. Yeah, that isn't a bannable offense. That guy there is damn as annoying since days. I don't know what that means. Proof of his rules? I have no idea what he really means about that, but yes, I understand that this isn't a real rule about like talking shit about other people's bans is a bannable offense. It isn't in the rules, but it's common sense to not disrespect other players and other players even if they are banned. And as I see that when you talk, when you basically talk shit about other players' bans, even maybe saying this was false or something else without any argument, which could be followed from, I would say this maybe is an offense which I would give a warning for. But as you can see over here, he was annoying since days. I can try to find the discussion on Discord too. It must be in the Garry's in the Gmod chat channel. Now this is the basically this is the current message I was targeting at. Now, as you can see, when Bio just already said that Mega calm down, I was pretty much raged a bit. Let's see over here. What did Over just got banned one day? What? Oof. For what? Sending a Discord link in the private message. Back. Oh, welcome back. At the first ban was a permaban. Puppet got to me, which was bullshit. But after discussing with Mega, he made it one day. Who in the world did he send it to? A friend. Okay, what the fuck? And I'm just about to ban you, really, talking shit about other people's bans. This is not targeted at Unicorn, as you can see over here. This is not targeted at Unicorn. This is targeted at Weasel Cake, and this guy was basically, he was being a smart ass since days. Now, I could scroll up and show you the exact same things, but you can join on our Discord, have a look in the Gmod chat and find the discussion. That is no problem for you, okay? These messages won't be deleted at all because now the Garry's Mod chat is in a archived state. Now, basically, this guy was saying here this ban is bullshit here over here, but I don't see it as bullshit because the guy who got banned over here, Over was called Overcharger. The thing is, he was talking about Overcharger, who is known as Pine Tree 2 in the next few images. They were banned because of first of all they were banned for advertising on the server. Why? We will see it later. There is an image about that too. Basically advertising, he was sending Discord invite links to people via direct message, and this is of course for us this is considered advertisement and therefore is a bannable offense. I don't know if you see that differently, but I wouldn't act differently in that case. Now I would just have a look on the ban page as it is right, and as you can see, the ban was from me here by Mega for advertising other Discords over PM. Now that ban expired, so basically this was just a ban for the advertisement. Now for future requests, I am just telling you, disrespecting staff members multiple times group ban means that he has been banned with the other guys. Disrespecting me over another Discord server. We had proof of that happening, and so I just acted, with him getting a 2-week ban. Now, since there were words like flowing around which were really inappropriate, I think a 2-week ban was sufficient enough. Other people who were involved had less time ban. Now, the current ban is staff disrespect, not learning from the past. I can tell you the situation too, because we had, again, evidence that the same thing on this same Discord happened again, just a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, as you can see, on the 11th of May. So basically, roughly 2 months ago. Now, since then I was saying, okay, you have done it twice now, and this is the final decision from me to ban you permanently. Well, of course, I can... Basically, we have, as co-owner, we have the ability to ban anyone, even without a reason, normally. But usually we don't do that, so here's the reason. Basically, I don't see why this should be a bad reason. Even this one, advertising other Discords over PM. This is a valid rule. We don't even allow advertisement. We didn't allow advertisement at the first place, but we will come for the, we will come on that later. Closing the ban page again, and going to the next one over here, unknown one. Probably because they can't see the landing strip, gets banned for using American plane and kamikaze shit. Isa Tonoro for horizontal view. He claims that as racism. Again, this is a little bit harsh. Yes, this is a very harsh comment from me. But I can tell you again, this is very dark humor. If you don't believe me, you can ask my friends. Really. Now this is basically easy to say. Now, very many people know me, and they know that I am a bit hard when it comes to these offensive memes, or maybe of these offensive texts. Now, if you count this as racist, okay, you can count this as racist. Fine, okay, but I don't see it as anyone basically offending as a single person at the moment, right? And as I said, I don't even mean this seriously. Now I can say this easier than you can maybe believe me. Okay, nice. If you don't believe me, that's your opinion, okay? I don't judge you for that, but I can tell you how I feel it was. Okay, so basically, if you think this is a notch too far, okay, I understand you, I get you, and I've apologized for it if you really think about that in this way. Now, this is the same thing on the next picture over here, more racism, he says. Basically, I am talking about the DWeep27 above there, and I was saying die in a fire. Okay, Now, as I said, maybe not the best thing to say. Oh, and also the Japanese can only do kamikaze shit anyways, haha. I mean, if it isn't clear by now, if you cannot see it even in the message over here, this is not meant seriously, okay? Now, I don't judge you for not noticing that haha over here, but for me this basically means I had a little laugh, and this was all, you know, this was everything. There was not more, you know. It was okay, it was fine. I had a laugh and it's over. Okay. Again, if you see this as a notch too far, or maybe 2 notches too far, I'm sorry. Okay, but I won't change my style on basically how to describe things, or I won't change my humor because of it. Okay. We were here, now we are at unknown 3. There is no rule that forbids how to not talk. I can place it no problem. Again, rules bullshittery. Well, the thing is, as you can see, my rank is the co-owner rank, and therefore I can make up my own rules. I don't know how you cannot understand how the rank system of a basic server works, but I can tell you that a co-owner and an owner have always the ability and permission to remove, create, or modify the rules according to their liking. Yes, I know this sounds like a little bit of anarchy or dictatorship. Well, let me tell you, this is how a server normally works, right? And just because I say I can place it no problem doesn't mean I will actually do it. Okay, I am always evaluating my possibilities and if it's good for the server to do or not. At this point, I have never made a rule that forbids how to not talk or something else. You know, we forbid the anime completely at the moment. Yes, I know, but I can tell you why. Because of the constant toxicity we were getting, and at this point, we had even the incident that this Marv guy over here just has deleted over 240 members of our server. Basically, the server leaving empty, being empty for that time span, so that we needed to have everyone re-invited back again. Now, if that isn't the core of toxicity, I have no idea what is. Now, this is the next thing here, the Unknown 4. We have talked about it on the previous video. I hope you have seen that too. Basically, he's saying accusing someone of a cybercriminal without having proofs, explaining the file. Yes, we have gone through that file already, as you can see, and I have reasonable proof against him being the guy who tried to break into my system. But more on that on the other video. Now we have the same thing. This was a part of the discussion we had in the document for the next video, for the previous video, sorry. You got to be shitting me, that was Mark's going to do. He tried, yes, and what is said. You can basically see the exact same conversation on the other document, which I have already taken care of. Coming to the next picture of here, and also I wasn't screaming nor mic spamming, and I said to it, your voice is annoyance alone. He counted that as disrespect. Now let me get you a little frame over here. So basically, to understand the situation, that guy Alexander has autism, as his name currently says, claims he has autism. Well, the thing is, that is not the problem. The problem is that he was apparently a 9-year-old guy. He sounded like it. He had a really squeaky voice. And we had basically screaming him all over the microphone all the time. And at some point, after, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, I was basically just saying, like, your voice is annoyance alone, and basically have Ulex gagged him. Now, as I said again, we have the ability to use any comment on every player as we find it accordingly. We don't need to explain our actions normally, because basically we as staff of a server have the right to basically do everything in kind of way, as long as it's accordance to the rules. I'm sorry. And I don't see a problem right here. I see, yes, maybe this can be a slight disrespect, but I mean, you gotta understand my situation up there too. Basically, we had him yelling into the microphone, mostly even way louder than everyone else. And after some time, after 2 or 3 days, we were like, no, this isn't funny anymore. And then some sort of this comment comes along. Okay, I hope you understand that in that way. Next picture, Unknown 7. Reading these chat logs again makes me realize how idiotic they were. Apply some brain. Now Puppet says, Mega is actually really nice if you know him better. And he's Pine Tree 2, basically, by the way, Overcharger. This is the Overcharger guy I was talking about. Yeah, he was never nice to me. Again, I don't know why this picture is in here. I don't see any attack point over me at this point, because as you can see, he is just telling reading these chat logs makes me realize how idiotic they were. That's basically just an insult against me and my stuff. Then another user saying, well, I am basically not that bad if you know me better. And then we have the other user just saying, no, he was not that nice to me before. So I don't see the attack point. I mean, I don't need to fit to anybody. If someone hates me, then he hates me. If he likes me, then he likes me. I couldn't care less. I don't see it as an attack point over here. So making this image a little void for me, actually. Now we come to the next thing over here. Just some other guy saying, landing a helicopter on my friend's house. Then the overcharger guy saying, almost permaban for sending Discord links to people who asked for it. Well, the thing is, as I said, this was the previous thing I was talking about. This was the advertising ban, because again, he was advertising a link to another community Discord in the DMs, which was not allowed by the rules on our server. Now, the next guy, basically, by the way, these two screenshots which happened here were not on our official Discord. This discussion was on some different Discord. I had no access to myself. Just to point that out. And then we have another guy saying 2-day ban for teleporting without staff permission. Well, this is a Discord rule. This is a Garry's Mod server rule, actually, we have in place. We require everyone to ask before teleporting to a staff member. And whenever that happened, whenever someone teleported to us without the sufficient allowance from us, then we gave the warning, teleporting to stuff without permission. And when this happened multiple times, then of course we gave out a ban too. The worst thing that could have happened was or could have been the removal of the ability to teleport to other people. Now someone else here actually saying accidental server crash attempt. I mean, getting mixed feelings. I'm getting mixed feelings from the wording of that, since I only made a surface of GAN scans. Did I deserve it? Now again, as I said, I had no access to this Discord, so I could not basically give him the explanation, the clear explanation why we have banned him. Because our ban page only has a character limit of, I don't know, like 30 characters or a bit more. So basically we cannot screen up a complete situation like this. Now, accidental server crash attempt. You must understand that on our server, when you try to crash the server, it was a bannable offense, and we usually banned them with a permanent ban when they tried to crash the server. And apparently, I mean, stuff doesn't do that randomly. When some kind of ban happens like this, sure, sometimes it can be a false positive, but most of the time people really wanted to crash the server. And crashing the server, again, is a bannable offense on our server. Period. There was no exception made. Now, I cannot say much about this ban, because I think this ban even has been removed. So, I cannot find logs of it anymore, sadly. So I can nor deny or approve it. But, again, I have no idea who banned him. Maybe I did, maybe some other staff member did, but I can assure that when some kind of this ban happens, then something must have been done in order to maybe prepare to crash the server. Coming to the next picture. Let me find it. I need to scroll down a little bit over here. Let's see. Unprofessional way of banning someone and fucking with them. I didn't do anything. Have a conversation with Mega Mixer. I don't know who banned me. I got banned by console. I got set on fire, given an OP gun, frozen, then banned. Me telling them, yep, more on that later. What? I must say I have no idea about that incident in particular, but I can tell you the exact same thing I was doing in the past as a staff member, and every staff member has this right. We can basically do any comment on every player without any reason. Now, when we decide to set someone on fire, give them an OP gun, freeze them and ban them, maybe it's not a professional way to ban someone, but I mean, as you maybe know, sometimes there are even lesser professional times. Everyone had them already, and I don't see that I don't see that as a major difference, as a major offense. And also, this ban over here is ages and ages old. This guy you see over here is even unbanned today. You know, he was on the server closure even online. I don't get it, you know, it's not that much of a problem. More on that later. I cannot tell you anything about it. I have no idea. I guess we have taken that to a different channel and then sorted that out and deleted the channel afterwards. So sadly, I cannot give anything that might explain the situation a little bit more. Coming to the next picture, we have no comment. Okay, this is this one. So I probably need to, yeah, I need to be on 17 to 10 is the order again. As you can see here at stuff, at Now It's Winter, look it up. This is Overcharger. This is the guy who got banned for advertisement. Now on this channel, this is a separate channel we were talking in, and this guy just got basically trapped in that channel, so he couldn't see much else than this channel. And we were talking about the advertisement incident. As we can see here, we will discuss the advertising here. Okay, so I've caught you sending Discord invite links to two different users on our server. Yes, which is by our rules blatant advertising. How should it be any different to using a Discord PM? It's a private message. Advertising is generally disallowed, especially when it happens on the server. They asked for it. I don't understand how it's that much of a problem. Well, I can tell you again, we have a rule in place which is saying no, you cannot advertise other communities at all. Now we will get on that rule later on if you just hang on and have a look on the current situation over here. They asked for it. I don't understand. You know, that's his previous message. I was asking, were those two peeps friends with him? If not, that's advertising for me. Check the log. Problem is that sounds like recruitment to me. We have some departments we need arrangement for. ILL, P, IT. I have no idea what this means. Yeah, it's a semi-RP build kind of thing, aka advertising. We have a skybase and people can add to it. They were already participating in it. The Discord makes communication easy. Disappointing that an engineer needs to do it. Basically, I was talking about the advertising. I don't see it as advertising. And that was in global chat, that was 100% advertising. Again, this was not in global chat. So this was in a private conversation, but we'll resolve that here. Was in global, yes. Okay, that's okay. Then I have mistaken it. So this thing here, we have some departments we need management for. Basically, even was in ILP it. Okay, exclamation point P is the PM command. Was in global, so that means everyone got notified that he was basically advertising. Maybe the rules should have been more specific. More on that later. The actual Discord link was in the PM. You should explicitly say that using P to send links is banned, and the Steam and that Steam or something like that should be used instead. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter what you use. It's still advertisement, and that's the problem. That is the core problem here. Why should I do that when we say that advertising is generally not allowed? That's what I actually mean. You know, I mean, now I'm agreeing myself on here, but I hope you can follow me in that point, that advertising is no matter on what media you do it, it's disallowed on our server. Because it makes harder to understand. I don't know what I did was advertising in your eyes. Apply some brain is good. No, sending a foreign Discord invite is not advertising. Well, in that case, I must say maybe this again is not the best sentence I could have said. But the general idea is this. We have a rule which is saying advertising is not allowed. That was the exact text of this rule. And I don't know what the problem is between distincting Discord invite links as non-advertisement. For me, this clearly is in advertisement. I don't know how you think about that, but for me, giving another guy another Discord link from a different community is advertising. I have seen many people getting banned on other servers for doing the exact same thing, even on Discord. I don't get it. For me, it's clear. Now, well, wouldn't worry about the links to PM you advertised to server and global chat. Going to the next one. They asked for it. I don't see that as advertising. You should have cleared the rules. You advertised open departments that need management and global, in my case. As I said, the problem is not the links, even though it would ask for it, it's still advertising. I think we'll lift the permaban, but have it for a day, plus PSA revoked. Basically here I am revoking the permanent ban, which we normally give to advertising players, and then shift it down to 1 day ban. You are inviting someone to come on your server, and that is advertising. Basically here, the head admin over here is backing me up in that case. He thinks it's advertising too. He says, Overcharger says then, okay then. And I was like, this for this statement over here. But you can at least modify the rules and make them clearer. Well, the thing is, we eventually did. They are clear enough, no advertising. In no channel after all, that's not specific. Sending for in Discord is clearly advertising. Again, this is what I am on about. It's clearly advertising when you send an invite link from whatever medium possible, from one guy to the other guy, basically just advertising them, maybe not advertising them off of the server, but clearly just falling into our server, using our server as an advantage to get players on your own server. That is advertising for me in my case. They are clearly advertising global chat, not in the private one. When someone asks about the Discord, say them to use Discord, nothing else. Basically, again, they should use our Discord for communication when it comes to our server. But this isn't about this Discord, it's a different group for the project, which does not belong on our server. And can be even a website that's not related to Gmod. It's still advertising, boy. So the head admin completely backing me up on that case. Well, I don't think I'm changing anyone's minds here, not at all. So I'll just continue anyway with I'll just continue with my day. The conversation is just decided between a permanent and a temporary ban. I'll create yet another rule which is self-explanatory then. That advertising is forbidden. Again, I just said for me it's completely it's completely logic to accept that advertisement is completely disallowed. So I don't see any problem about that rule over here. I'll just make it specific so people don't know, so people know what they can and can't do. It takes only 30 extra seconds. What is so unspecific about only send your Discord if only send our Discord if necessary? Does it say that? It's common sense on the internet, but rule 4 advertising in any way is not allowed on the server. There we have it now. Right? So I was changing the rule already, and then I was even changing the rule more. Sure, but that leaves the definition of advertising up to the user to decide, which is tricky. Again, the problem here is right now that this guy is literally just trying to find loopholes to justify himself. For us, it is clearly the case that he was in the wrong advertising, people. And even then, after that, I have immediately changed the rule and says now it is advertising other communities / servers / projects in any way is not allowed on the server, which basically gives him the term that certain things are not allowed, and then it's fine. And he even says that's good. And then anyways, ban is shortened to a day and PSA is revoked. PSA is basically the ability to use PMs in the game. Don't ever do this again. And now he said, well, I know this cleared up, I won't. Next picture. This is the same one. Am I stupid at the moment? One sec. Yeah, that's 2 times the same image. Okay. Let's have a look at the 9. Oh, okay, that's the different thing. All right. So we are basically done with the communication between 17 and 10. Now let's have a look at the 18. And it would have been inappropriate, sure it is, but now not from the enemy side, where no one can verify it's not safe for work or safe for work clearly. And I remember that you said a month ago that you will change, eh? I don't know. To this discussion, I don't know why this is in here, because this is, again, no real attack point. This was in one of the major discussions about the anime channel once again. Now, but this time I have found some not safe for work content, which is posted by a specific user I don't want to mention here. He was continuously posting really edgy content, which even included, I would say, younger drawn figures, even going back to definitely under 18, which is, for me, even if it's drawn, it's fucking child porn. No matter what you want to say, for me it is considered as child porn, because it's, even if it's drawn, it's persons under, it's basically humans under 18, underage people having sexual, even maybe sexual intercourse, or just having a little edgy content about it. And if you, I mean, you can say everything you want when I say some of these pictures were definitely going into that direction, basically having a white mouth and all that stuff. That happened in that channel, and we clearly said that this is a no, this is basically a safe for work area. No, not safe for work content allowed at all. When this happens, the channel will be deleted. Now, I have no idea why this stuff is in, because basically he was just telling me, and I remember that you said a month ago that you will change A. Of course I didn't change, because I was still in my mindset telling me I won't allow any of this content. Basically, at that point, we still had the anime channel, and the anime channel was okay, but this time someone was posting deliberately not safe for work stuff in there, which I don't agree with, and therefore I must delete it. Now, when you have more questions or answers to this picture, if I didn't get the message over here, then just tell me in the comments, but I have no idea what you really mean by that message over here. Now coming back to the last picture, too much controversy has been started the past months up until this point of exaggeration. Also, this will not affect avatars. Basically, I am talking about the anime channel being deleted and the anime being banned completely. The above content has been marked as forbidden because the toxicity was rising since past months. At first it kinda began as fun. It wasn't even that present back then. But up to now it has been a race and chase. One side wanted to trigger the other. This is basically my brief explanation on why I have banned anime on Build and Fight. Now the thing is, as you might know, again, this rule change was even in agreement with the owner, so I didn't do the rule change on my own. So always when I change the rules, I have it backed up from the owner. If he says no, I won't do the rule change. In this case, he said yes, you can do it, and then I did it. Why did I do that? Because the anime discussion was literally just a few minutes, if not an hour, back from this from this message back to the one from the PDF file. Now, as you might know, it really escalated over there, and the only thing I could do in this moment was completely ban anime. Why? Because the toxicity of these players inside was so huge that I couldn't even take the risk of having the anime channel still online. As you know, up to this point, as you might have seen, we even have all the 240 members even removed just because of this topic. Someone, even like the admin Marv over here, kicked every single member he could kick because of this dispute. Again, if that is not the most aggressive way of expressing the own opinion, then I don't know what is. For me, this is basically just trying to destroy the community, and that's all. And that's what we don't tolerate. Basically, he just got banned, and all of his affiliates got banned too, and that will remain until we basically stop the server. That's about it. And no matter if someone understands that or not, that's not my problem. My problem is that I want to ensure the safety of the server. We have re-invited most of the active people who wanted to come back in here, and that's basically everything. Now, again, for everyone that is or that was affiliated to our server and maybe doesn't like the change that we are going through at the moment, I can tell you this is how we roll now, and I don't see it as much of a problem, because at the moment we are basically we have basically no problems in any direction whatsoever. We only have the problems you guys trying to get me out of my position, which is definitely not happening, because G-Man and I, we really work closely together. And you are basically here bringing up arguments which are either, I don't know, which are either, like over here, this picture, I have no idea what you want to talk about that. It's basically just one opinion from another guy, which is completely justified. Everyone can have their opinion against someone else, and that's about it. Of course, we have some things that gone wrong, like the not safe for work stuff maybe, which I have posted in there, or the discussion with Light Dust, or the Pasta Mobile in that point above there. That of course clearly went wrong on my side, but I can tell you that is not the final argument why I should leave my position, or even better, trying to get the anime channel back, because this is not how it works. You know, I want to have peace on the server, I want to have a good culture on the server, and this is what I want to try to achieve. And at this point I had no other option than to restrict the anime, because it really went too far. Now you will say, okay, the rule is complete garbage, what I said. Well, that's your opinion. The thing is, I have always said this rule set is only changed by the agreement of the owner, and all the time I got the permission of the owner to change it. I don't see any problem there. If you don't agree to the rules, you are always free to leave. You don't need to kick all the 240 members from the server. You don't need to make a huge scene about it. You just can leave if you don't want it. Okay, that's my opinion about it, and I have the right to say it, as you have your right to say your opinion. If you think I am shit, okay, have fun. That's not my problem. This was a huge problem in the security of the server, of our Discord server build and fight. Nothing else. So I needed to remove it, and you guys need to respect that. If you don't like it, you can leave. There is always the option to leave. No one is forcing you to stay on the server. No one is forcing you to listen to these messages. And then, if you left, you don't need to obey to the rules. But as long as you are on our server, you of course have to obey to these rules. Okay, that's all I want to say. That's all I want to have. You know, if you don't like us, please leave us alone. That's no problem. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. I hope this is the last video and this is completely clear about what all this is, about what happened, and I really don't want to make another video yet again. These pictures are just some random things picked out from over months and months and months ago of this screenshots, and some of them are so outdated that even these conversations are pretty much even backed up by the other people who are now against me. I don't know if you have one in that case. I want to have everyone who sees this video to have a complete objective opinion. I want to basically say it how it is on my side, and you can decide to say it how it is on your side. But I want to have every guy who sees this and the facts you guys send, basically to take everything with a grain of salt, and then just having a look if who is maybe in the right and who is not, and who is overreacting and stuff like that. Okay, again, thank you for watching all of this stuff. I will probably cut this a little bit off because currently it's 1 hour and 6 minutes long, and I'll see about that. Okay, still have a nice day. For me it's a night, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this is the last video of this kind. Goodbye.